Draw out now, and bear unto the governor of the feast.
Rabbi, forgive me. The jars, they were filled from the well. It is only water. My lord, this will bring shame.
A long time ago, in the land of Cana, golden light broke over towering sandstone cliffs, pouring into a vast valley where dust moved like mist and ancient rock held its silence. But here, in Cana, life remained small, simple homes of limestone nestled against the earth, narrow paths cut through sand and brush, olive trees twisted stubbornly from rocky soil. Along a winding road that curved through the valley, a small group of men approached. At the front walked a man of Galilee. His pace was steady, unhurried. The desert wind pressed softly against his robe. Dust gathered at the edges of his sandals. Behind him followed Andrew, quiet, watchful, already convinced something sacred was unfolding. Peter, strong, impulsive, eyes sharp and restless, as though expecting the world to change at any moment. Philip, thoughtful, calculating, measuring what he saw and still unsure how everything would unfold. Nathanael, son of Cana. This was his valley, his sky, his village nestled beneath those cliffs. He knew the scent of the wind here, the way light fell across the rock at dawn. He had once questioned, "Can anything good come from Nazareth?" But when this man had spoken to him, had known him, doubt gave way to wonder. And perhaps, walking slightly behind, absorbing more than he spoke, was John, young, observing, heart stirred in ways he could not yet explain. They did not look like men about to change the world. They looked like fishermen, calloused hands, sun-worn faces, dust-covered garments. Yet the air around them felt charged, not loud, not visible, but certain. As they entered Cana, the sound of preparation carried through the valley. Laughter, music testing its rhythm, voices calling across courtyards. A wedding was coming. Lanterns hung between stone walls. Clay jars lined the edges of open courtyards, bread baked in glowing ovens. Nathanael slowed slightly as they passed familiar homes. This was where he had grown, where neighbors greeted one another by name. He did not yet know that before the sun set, his village would witness something no empire could produce. The man of Galilee paused briefly at the edge of the celebration. Golden light spilled across his face as he looked toward the village, toward the wedding, toward the moment that would begin it all. But here, in Cana, beneath sandstone cliffs and an endless sky. And there was among them one whom they did not yet understand. He stood where lantern light trembled upon stone, where music rose in gladness, where cups were lifted in blessing. Men beheld him and saw a teacher. Some called him Rabbi. Some called him Son of Joseph. Some remembered Nazareth. But heaven regarded him differently. For in that hour, in Cana of Galilee, the appointed beginning drew near. The feast was set in order, the bride adorned, the bridegroom established among his friends, and joy filled the courtyard. Before the journey began, a mother's hands prepared her daughter, not just for marriage, but for destiny. Olive branches and blossoms swayed in golden light, simple things, beautifully arranged, as if heaven delighted in the details. The evening shimmered with quiet joy. Lamps glowed softly beneath woven linen, and the air carried the promise of celebration. Yet the jars diminished, and the servants perceived that which others did not, A vessel was emptied, another followed, and they looked one upon another in quiet concern. For a wedding without wine is no light matter in Israel. It is spoken of, it is remembered, it clings to a household. And the steward tasted, and his spirit grew troubled. Though laughter endured, and the drum was struck, beneath it lay want, and Mary beheld it. She discerned what was unspoken, and she came unto Jesus and said,
They have no wine.
Woman, what is that to me? My hour has not yet come.
Yet her trust did not waver. She turned unto the servants and said, Whatsoever he saith unto you, do it. Now there stood 6 water pots of stone, set there for purification according to the custom of the Jews, vessels of cleansing, vessels of routine, common, heavy, silent. And Jesus said unto them,
Fill the water pots with water.
and they filled them to the brim. And he said,
Draw out now, and bear unto the governor of the feast.
Rabbi, forgive me. The jars, they were filled from the well. It is only water. My Lord, this will bring shame.
and they bore it. When the governor had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it came, he marvelled, for it was not lesser, it was not thin, it was not the remnant of what had been, it was better. And he called the bridegroom, saying,
Every man setteth good wine at the beginning, but thou hast kept the good wine until now.
And the bridegroom stood astonished, for he had done nothing. Yet abundance flowed where emptiness had stood, and joy, which had faltered, rose again with strength. The music swelled, the cups were filled, the shame that threatened dissolved as mist before the sun. And he who had spoken did not proclaim himself. He did not call for witness, he stood among them. But the disciples saw. Andrew perceived and believed. Peter beheld and was stilled. Philip ceased his measuring. Nathanael understood that his own village had been chosen. John kept the moment within his heart. This was the beginning of signs. Thus was his glory made manifest, not in thunder, not in the trembling of mountains, but in the turning of water into wine. And they believed on him. And in Cana the ordinary obeyed his voice. Join us, like and subscribe for more powerful moments from Scripture.